Hi, and thanks for watching cbc2u TV. My name is Curtis Brooks. I'm the CEO of CBC Customized Behavioral Concepts. We are a nonprofit organization that specializes in youth mentoring and coaching. We work with youth who are ages 13 to 18 years of age. Today we're discussing 3 additional items that's going to help us as parents, youth leaders, teachers, instructors, coaches communicate more effectively and better with our youth or teenagers. Stay tuned. Sharing our own stories. We as parents have an obligation, or should share an obligation, of sharing our own stories. When we share our own stories, we open the door, as we discussed in the first episode, we open a door to communication. As we share our own stories, we make our youth, our teenagers, we include them. We include them in our lives. We bring them closer. And sometimes as parents, again, we are heavy with different burdens of day-to-day life and different issues that may be affecting our lives. And of course, we're all affected differently. But in any event, sometimes we have a tendency not to share. We forget to share. We share in food, we share in buying clothes or different expenses. And not to say that we're sharing, but most of us are taking that at cost for ourselves with no help from our youth or our teenagers. But in any event, it's important for us to share our stories with our youth or teenagers, because again, it includes them. It makes them feel special. It makes them, or it allows them to take us off a pedestal and see us as human. See us as being one of them, being a teenager ourselves. And so many times we as parents forget to share. And when we don't share, in a lot of cases, it's detrimental to good communication, detrimental to our relationships, because part of relationships, or having a healthy relationship, I should say, is good communication. So let's bring our youth closer. Let's bring our teenager closer. Closer to home, where they belong, so that we're sharing our stories. And when I say share our own stories, it doesn't mean that we have to get into the nitty and gritty of the story, but we need to do away with keeping them so far away from us. We need to bring them in closer. And by sharing, the old saying is, sharing is caring. In fact, it is caring. So let's share those stories, our own personal stories, and make them an effective part of our communication into greater and better relationships with our youth or teenager. Thanks. Be transparent. It's difficult. It's a serious challenge sometimes, being transparent, because it means that, guess what? We have to expose our weakness. We have to expose something that we're not comfortable with sharing with others. But I guarantee you, your youth or your teenager, they already know. So let's be transparent. Let's share with them. As we said previously, sharing our own stories. Let's try and make this life not complicated for them. So let's be transparent. Let's bring them in the knowing. Let's not exclude them anymore. Let's make this an all-inclusive relationship that we're ever so willing to have with our youth or teenager. Let's make them part of this program, this life that we have. And so, when they reach that place, they'll know exactly what to do. They won't be oblivious to things that are going on around them. They'll know that mom or dad handled it. Whatever that situation might be, They were honest with me. And so now, guess what? I have the right tools to handle this situation. So being transparent, in fact, is important. It's not a cover-up, but it's about healthier relationships. It's about including our youth and teenagers. Be transparent. Thank you. Encouraging our youth and teenagers. This is the great divide. This is what separates the men from the boys and the girls from the women. Encouragement. Are you encouraged? Because if you are encouraged, you can in fact encourage your youth or your teenagers. Let's remember as parents that encouragement can't live without it. All too often, in working with the youth and teenagers, we see different attitudes, we see different dispositions. And really, in fact, what's working behind the scenes is discouragement. The youth, in fact, are discouraged. Not encouraged, but discouraged. All kinds of different things that are happening in their lives. Once again, let's uncomplicate this for them. Let's encourage them to be the best that they can be. Let's take away the doubt and place a can-do heart in them. A can-do spirit. Let's remind them that they can do whatever they want to do, accomplish whatever they want to accomplish. Let's remember to encourage them. Let's remember to give them all the things that we would want them to have, that we would want to have for ourselves, so they may be encouraged. Thanks.